So this video is for the chickens. Chickens are relatively easy. You have the morning, unlocking them, letting them out, making sure their food and water is okay. Evening, you're going to make sure that they're secured, and at night, and then during the middle of the day, just checking for eggs, keeping an eye on them that they don't get too far out into the pasture. So when you get out in the morning, what you'll do is the doors are on the sides. You'll go ahead and you'll open those up. This ramp right here also functions as the door to let them out. I'll go ahead and show you how to secure that in just a moment. And then obviously you open up kind of the white door there so they can start coming out. We don't let them out until the sun has come up. It doesn't have to be all the way up, but you'll be able to see sunlight. Before that, you'll definitely hear them moving around, getting a bit restless. That's okay. Don't let them out until you can actually see. I don't want them out and about when the nighttime predators are still wrapping up. So the water, you'll take a look at the water, and oftentimes they get debris in the bottom. That's fine. What you'll do is you just take it and you do a quick dump, and then you let it fill back up again. It'll never be perfect, but just try to keep some of the main debris out. The other part is the food. So I go ahead and just brought the bag of food out. This is in the patio with all the other feed, but it's this green bag here. And what you're looking for is on the bottom, there's, it just looks like dust, like chicken dust. And so what they're doing is they're eating and they're not finished. They're not taking the whole pellet out and eating it. They're chewing over their dish and it's getting all dusty at the bottom. So what you can do if there's food in there is you can actually just shake it like this, and that'll kind of shake some of the stuff out, shake some of the whole food out. But if it's empty, what you'll do is find a brick or on our little walkway there, just take it and just dump it. And what you're doing is you're taking all the dust, you're putting it into a spot. They actually will come and eat it. They don't mind eating it, it's just it's hard for them to get in here. And then you'll go ahead and you'll fill it up. We do about halfway. And the reason we do halfway is, again, it just seems to collect too much dust if it's all the way. So fill it up about halfway, and then so every morning, just making sure if their food and their water is set, please keep an eye on the water. Thankfully it's not too hot, but especially during the summer months, you really got to make sure they got a lot of water because they do drink a lot. So that'll be morning time, just letting them out, food, water. Making sure that the gates are secure as well. So especially those two gates, they're really good about staying in the boundaries. That all of them could theoretically jump over the gate, but thankfully we've not had an issue with that. At nighttime, what you're gonna do is you'll need to make sure that the 3 doors are closed on the side here. So I will have a carabiner for each of the 3 on the side. So you'll go ahead and just push them up, clasp them. They're a little tight. And I intentionally did that because I don't want the raccoons to be able to get into them. So you might kind of have to push them a little bit. That's okay. On the sides there's the strips of wood. If you ever have to put any pressure, make sure you're pushing on those strips of wood, not necessarily in the middle because it's thicker on the edges. Then what you're going to do is you'll make sure that the 2 silkies are in their box. I'll show that in a second. But this door comes down, and you'll latch it on the 2 sides, and then this functions as a ramp and a door. So this will be the front door. You'll have this closed and locked, and then also make sure that you close this as well. Just make sure that that's nice and secured. So over here we've got the sides. So again, the 2 silkies will stay in this bucket here, and then you'll go ahead and lift this up. You'll go ahead and push it and you'll latch it. Again, I'll have some carabiners, so the 3. So now what you'll have is you'll have all 3 sides locked. You'll have the front door, you'll have this guy latched, and then we have got these 2 doors closed and we've got them locked up. So nighttime, everything is closed, all the chickens are inside, 2 silkies are at the bottom, and that should be good to go. We always make sure that there's that double wall of security around them, and that's because we have heard of a lot of raccoon issues popping up. couple other notes about them. I'm gonna open this up for them again. We have a variety of shiny objects around, so our old DVDs, and then also our disco ball here. The reason we're doing that is the reflection it keeps the hawks away. We had some issues with hawks at the very beginning. Since we started putting stuff up and around, we've not had any issues, so we're very thankful for that. However, if you do see a hawk in the area, go shoo them away if you can. You know, if, for example, they've landed on these fence posts before when we were having the problem, I'd actually see them and I'd run at them, try to scurry them away. They're pretty good about hiding in the bushes. So here's the bush here, and then the other bush by the tortoise enclosure. They hide there throughout the day, especially when it's hot. They'll take shade there. As far as where they can go, they're free to be in the yard. They tend to respect the fence really well. The only one that you kind of have to keep an eye out for them is back here. So they're welcome to be in this enclosed area here that you keep the cows in at night, but we don't want them past the stanchion. So the gate there, we don't want them past the stanchion. If they manage to get in, sometimes they'll jump over the sides of the manger there, they'll squeeze through a door. That's fine. It's good for them to eat the bugs in there, but don't let them get past that fence line, past the stanchion. Go ahead and go bring them back. They'll know exactly what you're doing. We do it multiple times. You know, we've had to do it multiple times, but we'll bring them and they know, oh, we're not supposed to be back there, so they'll come back pretty amicably. The last part, well, two other things are treats. You're welcome to give them treats. They're probably the easiest of the treats. Out of all of our other animals, they can have a lot of different things. Just don't give them too much, but they're more than welcome to eat treats and they enjoy it. So they'll figure out that you've got treats and they'll come and running at you. It's kind of nice. And then we've got eggs. So right now we've got 4 chickens laying eggs. We might have more by the time that we're actually on our trip. Most of all the chickens except for one, they lay it in here. So I'm going to open this box. You're going to hear some crowing because there's actually a chicken in there. So in here is where you will find most of the eggs. That particular chicken, she likes her privacy, and she will make that noise whenever you open that. That's okay. I'm not sure why she does that. But we do have one silkie. So I'll show you our silkies. So these are our 2 silkies. We've got Purify and we've got Sweetie Pie. Those are our 2 silkies. They're the 2 that sleep under night inside of the planter. Sweetie Pie has just started laying eggs, but she tends to lay them in several places. And so I'm going to show you where we have found her eggs, and you'll have to keep an eye out for them. So one in here, actually in the pot itself, she's laid the eggs in there, and then we found them also over here. So you'll see some depressions that they get into in here. I would check under this bush every once in a while, though we've not actually found any there. They like laying there. And then also over here by the hay, they really enjoy, or she really enjoys rather, getting in here. So we found some over there. We have actually found some in the pallet itself. And sometimes you'll be out and about, be walking, you hear, you know, her chirping at you, or making her noise at you, and you're like, well, what's going on? And I've actually had to come and get her out. She was kind of stuck in some spots. So just kind of keep an eye out for her. She's kind of a lone wanderer and a lone egg layer. But they're fun chickens. They don't require too much maintenance, just making sure they've got food and water, and obviously they're safe at night. Thank you.